What's going on, guys? It's been a crazy couple weeks, really about a crazy month in the world of bass fishing. With this brand new Bass Pro Tour, the MLF Tour expanding, what's going on with the Bass Elites, what's going on with the FLW Tour, who's going where. Everybody's been asking me every time I make a post, are you going to go to the MLF Tour? Are you going to stay with FLW? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? And I've kind of held off to kind of let the dust settle before I kind of came to everybody to kind of talk through my decision and kind of talk through what I feel in my heart and kind of what I want to do in my career. It's been a stressful month to be honest with you. With all the decisions being made and people going here, people going there, I had to really sit back and do a lot of praying. Anytime I decide anything about where I want to fish or how many tournaments I want to fish and all those different things, I have to always take into account, most importantly, my family. Secondly, I want to take into account all the other things that I do. I truly enjoy doing my television show on Discovery Channel. I truly enjoy shooting all the YouTube things that we do for you guys. And that's a balancing act. It takes a lot of time to do all these different things and fish tournaments. I truly enjoy fishing bass tournaments. The game is what I just enjoy so much. I love competing and winning. I've been very fortunate to have a great career on the FLW Tour. I started fishing the FLW Tour back in 1999 as a co-angler, and I won my very first bass boat on the FLW Tour, won Angler of the Year on the co-angler side in 99, moved over to the pro side in 2000, and I was blessed to win the second event of the year, a Pascagoula River $125,000 tournament, to become the youngest angler to ever win a pro tournament at the time, almost 20 years ago. What a blessed career. Since then I've gone on to win the Forest Wood Cup, Angler of the Years, a lot more titles, a lot of top tens, and I've had a great run on the FLW Tour. It's been a fantastic platform for me to build my career. And when I sit here and I try to figure out what I want to do, where do I want to take the next few years of my career? And guys, I want to take my career with the FLW Tour. So for the 2019 season, that's where I'm going to be, the FLW Tour. There's already been 80 anglers picked, and I was not one of the 80 anglers invited to fish the brand new Bass Pro Tour. I'm not sure why. There was a lot of anglers left out. Brian Thrift was left out. There was a lot of guys on the Bass Elite Tour that were left out. It's a business decision for them on who they picked. They have their own criteria on who they should invite based on whatever formula they have, and I respect that. I think the MLF Tour is going to be a great thing for the industry. I think it's shook up the industry so much right now that it's made all the tournament organizations, FLW, Bass, and the new MLF Tour, to really focus on the anglers and focus on how to make this sport bigger and better. The sport is changing right now, and it's changing for the good. These tournament organizations now are paying attention to what is best for the anglers. They're paying attention to what is best to grow the sport, and that's what's important. The vision that Boyd Duckett and Gary Klein and all the people involved at the Bass Pro Tour, it's a fantastic vision. I support it 100%. Am I going to be part of it one day? I don't know. But for right now, I'm going to be on the FLW Tour. I'm going to be focused as hard as I can, and I'm going to support not only FLW, I'm supporting the industry, and that includes the Bassmaster Tour. That includes the MLF Tour, the Bass Pro Tour. I'm here as an asset to help grow this sport. Some of the best comments I get, truly, are the ones where people come up to me at these tournaments, or they send me a message and they say, I never had been bass fishing, but I've been watching your videos or watching you on TV, and I see how much fun you have out there fishing. And I went down and I bought a rod and reel, and I've been fishing and I'm catching bass, and they send me pictures of their first fish that they caught. Or they tell me stories about how they've been fishing for the last year and all the great experiences they've had. Or I hear the stories from the dads and the moms that come up to me and say, thank you so much for being a good example in this sport for my young children to love the sport of fishing. Thank you for providing good, clean content that they can watch and feel good about. And that right there is truly what I do this for, guys. So I can't wait to interact with all of you guys next year on the FLW Tour, and I'm sure I'm going to be bouncing around the industry doing all kind of cool things. The FLW Tour has provided me and my family a fantastic living. I've been fortunate enough to win almost $3 million fishing the FLW Tour, and that's amazing. It's a dream come true to be able to be successful in a sport that I love. And FLW provides a great opportunity not only for myself, but all the anglers that fish. They're like a family over there, and they do listen to what the anglers need and want. And they're making changes constantly, and I expect them to continue to make changes that are going to better the outcome of these tournaments and better the sport itself. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about winning some more tour events. You know, my dad was fortunate enough to win 19 BASS tournaments in his career on the Bassmaster Tour. He won 9 Angler of the Year titles. Now, I don't know if I can win 10 Angler of the Year titles. That would be pretty sweet. But I do have an opportunity to beat his record on 19. I have 8 under my belt right now, and all I want to do is beat him by 1. I want to win 20 FLW Tour events. Now, how awesome is that? Now, I got a lot of work to do. I'm not saying that's going to be easy. There's some hammer studs on the FLW Tour. Brian Thrift's a problem. Maybe Brian, can you please at least invite Brian Thrift and get him out of my way, please? All kidding aside. We've got some hammers over there. And the best part about FLW is that it really cultivates so many anglers into the sport and trains them so well on how to be a competitive angler and how to be a good angler. I see this sport growing so much right now with the television coverage, with the social media coverage, with the tours that we have available out there to fish. I'm not sure where the future holds for this, but it's big. I do know that. There's many, many new opportunities coming down the pipe every single year for this sport. And I encourage every single one of you guys that are watching this, if you want to get into the sport of bass fishing, it's a great time to do that. You know, for me though, anytime I base a decision on any extra tournaments I'm going to fish or any tour I'm going to fish, I 100% of the time look at my family first. You know, I have 4 children. My 2 boys just graduated high school last year and the year before. They're in college now. I have 2 girls, Hillary and Amelia. They're young, 11 and 13, so they're going to be in high school soon. And, you know, growing up, I missed out a lot with my dad. He was on the tour, the Bassmaster Tour, spent his whole career over there, and he was gone a lot. And I missed out. And a lot of people probably think that I spent a lot of time fishing with my dad and hanging out with him and doing tournaments and learning everything I could about bass fishing from him. But unfortunately, because he was gone so much, I really kind of had to do a lot of that on my own. And I look at where I want to be in my career going down the road, and I feel truly, here's where it is. Truly, I feel like I'm an asset to the industry and to the sport of bass fishing because I can still compete on the FLW Tour and hopefully win more titles. I can continue to shoot my TV show on Discovery Channel, which I'm super excited about, and I can continue to produce great things digitally, especially on YouTube, for you guys. I love the interaction that I'm getting doing the film work. I truly enjoy the creativity of going out and filming these different locations. I truly enjoy bringing you guys along on the FLW Tour as we film, practice in the tournaments and showing you what tournament fishing is all about. And I look at all those things and I say to myself, how can I juggle all of these things? Family being first, tournaments, TV, appearances, sponsor obligations, all the different things that I have going on. And for me, the FLW fits me perfectly because it allows me to spend enough time at home that's great, and again, to be able to go out and produce good content for everybody to enjoy. And so that's my decision. You know, to be honest with you, the last few weeks, I just really wasn't sure what was going to happen. I kept waiting to see if I was going to get a phone call or if an email was going to come through. And I kept thinking through that decision. I'll be honest with you, I still have that little bit of FOMO, that fear of missing out, because it's such a great opportunity over on the Bass Pro Tour with everything that they've got going on, kind of a new format, new television opportunities. You know, as a competitor and as someone that likes to compete, I want to compete against those anglers and beat them too. And I'm excited about what the future holds with FLW. You know, they produce 200 and something tournaments a year under FLW Outdoors, from high school events to BFLs, the Costa Series, the FLW Tour. And again, I want to be an asset to all of those anglers. I want to be an asset to the sport to show you how awesome bass fishing is. And I feel like I can do that very effectively fishing the FLW Tour. I still want to win tournaments. I'm going to fight as hard as I can to win another Forest Wood Cup. I have goals, and I love setting goals for myself. Another Angler of the Year? Absolutely. More titles to win? Absolutely. You know, what's going to happen in 4 or 5 years? The future of the sport is going to continue to grow. There's going to be other changes coming down the pipe, I'm sure. There's going to be other decisions to be made by not only myself, but other anglers in the sport. But I'm ready for that. And again, I always base my decision on what I'm going to do with family first. And I really am strong about that. So I'm excited again about what's going to be coming down the pipe with those guys on the MLF Tour. I'm excited about what FLW has to offer. It's going to be great with all the different coverage and the no co-anglers this next year. We're going to have extra coverage in the boat. Lots of great opportunities that we'll be able to provide some really good content to keep you guys all engaged in the tournaments. So it's going to be a fun year across the board. And again, I want to thank all of you for all the support that you guys have given me. I want to thank all of my sponsors for all the support, allowing me to do all of these things I truly enjoy. And I want to thank my family most for allowing me and giving me the support to stay out here on the road and do what I do. You know, without that support system at home, without that hard work that my wife does while I'm out on the road, none of this would happen. And for me, I know that the FLW Tour is a great home for me. I know that I'm going to be able to prosper there. I'm going to be able to have some fun, interact with lots of new anglers, and a lot of my old friends that are still there. So I'm excited, again, about what the future holds, and that's my decision. FLW Tour 2019 and beyond for me. I'm excited about everything. Going to order my brand new boat today, get it all ready to go, and hit it hard come January. We start off the year in Texas, and then go on from there. And the other thing that kind of played a little bit into my decision making of not fishing more tournaments is that I fished actually a handful of more tournaments with all the international stuff. You know, the Team USA Bass, we did some tournaments down in South Africa last year, the World Championship. We did another Pan Am event here in Florida, took home the gold medal, which was awesome. I'm going to be heading off to Mexico next month to fish in another World Championship down there. And so the opportunities are vast in this international platform that FLW is providing, the Team USA Bass is providing. Just got back from South Korea. We just was able to go down there and kind of hang out and see this big event that they had. They had their big World Championship in South Korea. And I didn't fish in the event, but I was there to see it and be part of it. And I think there's more opportunities in our sport to grow, not only bass fishing here in the United States, but to grow it internationally. And again, I feel like that's where my asset is to this sport. I feel like that's where my contribution is to this sport, is to introduce fishing and the love of bass fishing and how fun it is and the competitive side of bass fishing to the whole world, to every demographic and every age across the board. So I'm very happy about my decision about staying on the FLW Tour for 2019 season. Cannot wait to hang out with all you guys at the tournaments. Please come down, hang out. We're going to have lots of cool stuff going on. And I appreciate all the support. I love you very much. We'll see you soon.